place to shop. That Boot Store. The selections are huge and many of your favorite name brands at affordable prices are available. Want the finest in work clothes? Famous Carhartt work clothes are available too. Open Tuesday through Thursday 9 till 5 and Friday and Saturday 9 a.m. till 5:30. Next to Kia 15th Street, Panama City. Remember what Joe always said, keep Jesus in your life every day.
Broadcasting live from the J. Michaels Studios.
Best part of waking up is
The Coach James Hale Show. Powered by Pepsi. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Florida State. Woo! I need Glenn here. He does it pretty good.
He does it really
We're
well.
off cue today. It is a Monday. Forgive me.
I do miss Glenn.
Yeah, it's just Monday. We're off a little bit. We'll get it better tomorrow.
Hey, Coach Manley's probably getting ready for school or doing.
Oh, he's already there.
Yeah,
Glenn's already there.
And
He got his bib on. He's
his bib on.
Ready to go. He had an applesauce about 6 o'clock this morning. He can't eat much anymore. His teeth hurt.
You always hope he'll call in.
You know he has some stomach issues.
You're always feeding him something.
Yeah. Hey, FSU now, we got to talk about newbies. Get out to newbies, have a great time. John started doing a wonderful job. And John's doing better. I heard he's doing a lot better. Bless his heart. Been praying for him. Y'all pray for him. His back, anytime you get injured your back, it's hard to overcome, but he can do it. And great football player, all those years playing ball, it kind of catch up with him. But I tell you what, he was looking good playing racquetball. Him and Sharp both look young. They're beautiful, no doubt about that. But his back is doing better. And get out and support newbies. Newbies too on the curve and go watch all sporting events. All right, Chad, what do you have today on FSU?
What do you want, the good news first or the bad news
Let's
first?
go good. Let's go good first. Everything's good with FSU. FSU football, everything's good.
Right. Well, there you go. And we'll get to the spring game. That'll be in the good segment, obviously. But the first good, let's talk about softball. Number 4, softball team for FSU. They are 35-8, 13-2 in the ACC. They won 2 of the 3 games against Virginia this weekend, winning 6-1 on Friday, losing 6-5 on Saturday, and beating Virginia in the final game 8-0 in 6 innings. They have Stetson up next, and so
I feel good about this one.
FSU softball's cruising.
Yeah.
They're looking good. So that's one of the positives. To stay on the positive, we'll talk about the spring game.
Are you avoiding baseball on purpose?
We'll get there.
Okay. All right.
The takeaway, I think, from the FSU spring football game that I saw, I looked at several sources. It was really kind of hard to follow any one theme other than it seemed that everybody was saying FSU looks the way we expected them to look.
Big and fast.
They don't have deficiencies that they need to be worried about the transfer portal, although Norvell made mention that they like where they are with with where the team is and the possibility of using the transfer portal. But in the spring game, it was Jordan Travis, even though I think he threw an interception at one point. But that player, I forget the player's name, is one of the up-and-coming good players on defense. Mm-hmm. And then Jared Verse had a great game, apparently. So what they're seeing from the receivers, and they're seeing from, just the entire defense and offensive approach. The team players are playing together. They don't have any real deficits. Mm-hmm. And so, all indications are this is going to be a top 10 team. Some people are saying top 5. I'll at least say top 10. I had a buddy who has seen them recently. He thinks they're definitely top 10. So, they got to prove it. They got to go out and prove it. But, FSU football has improved. What were we saying a couple of years ago?
Yeah. And where, Chad, what was the problem? Their offensive line and really their defensive line. Now, let's just focus on defense right now. Their top 2 too deep on the defensive front. They're going to rotate them in, even if they're deeper than that.
Exactly.
That's a key, man.
It is
when you're
key.
good up front, like Bama's problem last year, they weren't near as physical up front on offense and defense.
They were
that's
fast,
where you got to be
but they
good.
weren't physical.
Yeah,
right.
and that's where you got to be good at. And now, to hear that the offensive line's performing at a high level, that's critical. I mean, that makes you feel really good about FSU.
I really like their chances, and I like their chances
I
against
love the
Clemson.
quarterback.
Oh yeah,
I love the quarterback.
No, I like Coach Norvell. I liked him when he was at Memphis.
Yeah,
I watched a couple of Memphis games. Obviously, watching UCF. A lot of times it was UCF Memphis, so I'm familiar with his coaching style from that. So I really like Norvell, and I said it, that he was going to be a great fit at FSU, and he's proven it. And if he can get in the top 5 this next year, wow.
Yeah, and I know Clemson is still the one they're going to have the hurdle in the ACC.
I don't think they need to be worried about Clemson. I think they need to get after Clemson.
Yeah.
This is they have that kind of team now that you don't have to be worried about Clemson. You just need to get after.
And what's
Clemson.
so weird about it? They're probably going to have to play them twice.
Hey,
if things go out like they should.
Yeah.
It'd be 2 games. And where that come, but I don't know, they changed that. That'd be the first time they've done that. They used to have divisions like the SEC. That could come back and bite them. And again, we've talked about a lot. We'll talk about a lot more. That first game against LSU, if they can pull that one out, then that's kind of like an ace in the pocket there. That's really
they will start their season off well if they beat LSU.
Yeah, well, because then
and it won't be over if they lose.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You got to win over LSU.
If they lose close, which I anticipate it's going to be a close game. If they lose close, they're still in it. They could lose by a couple of touchdowns too. First game of the season. I mean, look at LSU. LSU lost to FSU, and by the end of the year,
they were good.
They were really good, and
but
everybody was
I don't think they need to lose that game. I think
no.
They can win.
They need to win that game.
Hell, if they win that game and say they beat Clemson,
right?
No, let's say they lose to Clemson the first time, and they only got 1 loss, and they got to play them again at the end of the year for the ACC championship and beat them. They're in.
Right.
I even think if they're undefeated and have to play them twice and lose in a close one, I think they're in anyway.
Probably.
So I do. I think that week 1 is a critical game.
It is a critical game, even though it's first game.
And the thing about it, you come back in a game like that, everybody wants to see it. But if they're playing Troy week 1 instead of LSU and they win that game, the committee says strength of schedule. I don't believe it.
Well, they put TCU in. That just totally destroyed that.
Yeah.
If you're putting teams like TCU in there, okay, well, nah, you're not really going by strength of schedule.
Breaking news, Georgia scored again. But no, honestly, I am. I'm excited. I'm excited about Florida State football. Week 1, matter of fact, I got a call and they said, do you want 2 tickets to that game? I got to let them know it's going to be in Orlando, and I don't really like that stadium that much. It's kind of out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah,
it's just not like you go to New
kind of
Orleans.
out.
I wish
out from the city, sitting out on its own out there.
I don't like that. But it'll be fun. There'll be a lot of LSU fans there. It's going to be crazy.
I mean, at least Orlando, you got a lot to do there.
It will rain. I guarantee you. Late in August, early September, you will get an electrical storm. It'll rain. It did when Alabama Louisville played.
I know,
It was down there and it quit.
Yep.
So it'll get wet. I guarantee that. But looking forward. And what I love about the LSU game, Chad, it's a Sunday night. The whole country's going to be watching.
Right.
The only other game in town on TV.
Yeah,
that's cool. What about? All right, let's get into baseball real quick.
Well, they lost all 3 this weekend.
Who beat them this time?
North Carolina State.
Surfside.
The Wolf Pack.
NC State.
The Wolf Pack of North Carolina State.
Bill, you don't hear much from Bill Allen anymore.
Yeah. Well, they lost 14-3 on Friday. On Saturday, they lost 4-3. Better game. And then they lost 5-4 in 10 innings. So, he's got a lot of work to do. Link Jarrett's got a lot of work to do.
Hey, you know what? Year 1's okay. Year 2 better be better.
Yeah.
Year 2 better be better. And really and truly, I'll be honest with you, there's really no excuse to be bad. because you know what you got. You can go out and get some transfers to come in.
Yeah.
Maybe he chose to go with the youth.
But I mean,
movement.
all right. So let's look at this whole Arnold situation, playing a bunch of sophomores.
He played a bunch of freshmen.
I think that's where Coach Jarrett's going with this.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
So
right.
you
heard it here first.
It may it may be good in the next couple of years. We'll see.
I think so. He did a great job in Notre Dame. He'll do a great job at FSU. All right, let's talk about some other people who do a great job. Blue Sky Express Car Wash on Back Beach Road. They do an incredible job. You go there one time, you're going to go there every single time. That car will look showroom ready when it goes through Blue Sky Express Car Wash. Wonderful people down there. They do a great job. I do want to thank John and Charlotte again for all the great things they do for the community, always giving back. Wonderful people. Get out to Newbies and support them. Tell them Coach sent you. Dr. Ward, love that guy. Hopefully he'll be here. You know, we only have one legendary doctor. We got two. We got a Dr. Ward, Florida graduate. Skin cancer can be deadly. 1 in 5 develop skin cancer. You better go get. Matter of fact, John is listening. Wildcat back there. He showed me a spot, and I felt it. It looked wrong. It felt wrong. I looked at it. It looked wrong. Guess where he's going? Where are you going? Tell everybody where you going.
I'm going to see Dr. Ward. I'm going
He's going to go see Dr.
When he
Ward.
calls in on Wednesday, I'm going to find out which location because he's got like 1,000 of them.
Man,
So
it's just.
I'm gonna find out.
I'm glad it's Dr. Ward and not the urologist. Y'all had me worried there for a minute.
Chad, family is the family show here. Family show. Get out and see Dr. Ward. Again, 1 in 5 develop skin cancer. You can see him throughout Northwest Florida, offices everywhere. Max Fit Sports Nutrition. Do you want to look better, feel better? We all can look like Chad Mitchell. We all can't look like Jason Kovaleski, but no. You want to look better, feel better? Chad, go down to Max Fit Sports Nutrition. I tell you what, he got me some of the natural stuff I started taking. My cholesterol went down. Of course, I listened to him about my diet also. I think that helped a lot, too. But I tell you what, the guy's got answers for everything. Go see him, Jason Kovaleski, Max Fit Sports Nutrition. We get back. We got a little bit on the Alabama Crimson Tide. Their A-Day game is coming up. Chad, you going to A-Day game?
I am not.
I'm thinking about it.
I might watch it.
Jamie, can I stay at your house? We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN, Northwest Florida.
Weather in the Panhandle never stops. Turn to 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida and staff meteorologist Tim Root for up-to-the-minute weather reports all day long.
Moving northwestward into the Gulf of Mexico by the weekend.
In-depth storm coverage
Gusty winds up to 60 miles per hour.
and breaking weather as it happens.
We do have a tropical storm warning.
ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Monday weather forecast is calling for high pressure to build in, kicking that weather front out to the east of us. Partly to mostly sunny in the mid-70s today, northwest wind at 10. Mostly clear overnight around 55. Mostly sunny Tuesday and Wednesday. The temperatures in the upper 70s and low 80s each day. This weather forecast has been brought to you by Ellis Agency Insurance. For ESPN Northwest Florida, I'm meteorologist Tim Root.
Hi folks, I'm Tracy from Tracy's Fine Jewelry. Shopping for the perfect diamond can be difficult, but that's why I've trained my staff to offer you a stress-free diamond experience. Me and my I Do crew have 50 years experience, and we have more certified diamonds in stock at the best prices in town. So if you're tired of high-pressure salespeople, come see me, your diamond girl, and my I Do crew at Tracy's Fine Jewelry, because we don't work on commissions. We work for smiles and I Do's.
WGSX Lynn Haven, WTOT, W271DN Mariana, WFLQ Port St. John, powered by Pepsi, ESPN Northwest Florida.
It's a Chips Ahoy Oreo Cookie Blast at Krispy Kreme Donuts, matey. Shiver me timbers. You'll receive 2 soft Chips Ahoy cookies stuffed inside a Krispy Kreme donut. And you can wash it all down with an Oreo frozen latte. Now at Krispy Kreme Donuts, next to HCA Hospital, 23rd Street, Panama City, and the Ross Clark Circle in Dothan.
I don't always talk to Alabama fans, but when I do, I ask for large fries. Now back to the Coach James Hale Show on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Bama Update brought to you by Stevenson Air Conditioning. Nobody does a better job than Stevenson Air Conditioning. Local company, local people taking care of locals in Northwest Florida. They do a great job. Love those people down there. If you have an issue, give them a call anytime, day or night. They'll be there for you, and they'll correct your problem. And I would get yours. I get mine serviced about every 6 months. Summertime, you want to get service, and then when it starts getting cold, get it done again. It runs better, save you some money. You get a brand new, and it pays for itself. Stevenson Air. Chad's bought a unit from them. I have. They do an incredible job. I get a little insight at what's going on in Alabama. Jamie covers the Crimson Tide of Alabama and Auburn Tigers. So I get a little insight what's going on there in recruiting, spring football practice, how good are they really going to be. And I'm telling you now, I was concerned about Bama. A lot of people thinking this be the year that they lose 3 regular season games, or 3 games, period. I'm not sure. After hearing some from insight, I'm hearing Bama's looking pretty good.
That's what I'm hearing as well.
Yeah.
My buddy who saw them,
Yeah.
who did one of their scrimmages, I asked him a question. I said, do they look like a national championship team? He goes, what are you talking about? He goes, every time I see them in the spring, they look like a national championship team.
Yeah.
And he said this year he sees 2 great quarterbacks. Now, I know there's some issues with Milroe.
Listen what I'm hearing.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I know if anybody else say he get pissed, but I'm hearing they might play both of them.
Exactly. No, that's what I'm hearing as well.
Yeah.
That they're both great. That one's more of a pocket style.
And but listen, he can run
passer.
too now. Simpson can run too, but nothing like Milroe's probably the greatest. He's probably the best running quarterback in the country.
Right.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
The guy's incredible.
He's incredible, and they may play both. And can you imagine?
Yeah. No, why wouldn't you?
Right. You can rest one up, especially if they're on the same page with the scheme of what's going on. I mean, you're talking about messing some defenses up. I mean, that's really one of the few ways that you could deal with a Georgia. Their defense is so good. The only way you can deal with somebody like that is change up on them in the middle of the quarter.
I'm with you, brother.
All of a sudden you're doing something different, and the defense has got to make an adjustment, and they're off by a little bit. Those are the kind of things that you can do with 2 great quarterbacks. But then,
if one gets hurt,
I got it.
Bear Bryant used to do it all the time.
But at the same time, as you know, as a coach, there's something about the leadership role of a quarterback, right? That two quarterbacks, a 2-quarterback team typically doesn't do as well as one that they know who their man is.
Well, let's see. Bear Bryant won 6 national championships. And
I know. He rotated quarterbacks.
In the 70s, when he won those 3 run the wishbone, he ran
rotated
3 of them a game.
I know he did. Yeah. I don't know. You'd watch them come in.
Yeah.
They had 3 different quarterbacks.
And the wishbones, I don't know. I hope they play both of them. That way, guess what? One doesn't transfer out.
Yeah,
that's the angle I was taking.
Well, and that may be what Saban's thinking as well.
Saban's smart
because you need both of them.
I told
and
Jamie
you want to promote both of them.
Don't just date one guy. Date 2. Have 2 of them. One that has a lot of money, let him take you expensive places. If you like,
listen to this.
Yeah, just don't settle for one. Good Lord. Other news. She always tells about the recruiting, how recruiting's going too. And of course, Daniel, my boy up there, recruiting coordinator, played for us at Arnold, does an incredible job for Nick loves Daniel Bush. But here we go. Another great player commits to Bama. 2024 wide receiver Rico Scott commits to Bama over Georgia and Penn State.
Awesome.
Guess where he's from? Harrisonburg, Pennsylvania. The 55th best receiver in the country, the 11th best player from that state, great state of Pennsylvania, where they play high school football. That's a great high school football.
Oh, yeah.
That's a great football played up there.
Yeah.
He chose Alabama over Tennessee, Georgia, Penn State, Texas A&M, and Colorado. There you go. You're Deion Sanders in the mix again, like everybody in the country. It's unbelievable. Colorado's name's been mentioned everywhere. He's
and
impressive.
Not Georgia Tech.
Yeah. Good point. Hey, this kid's impressive, Chad. His ability to take contact. He can run through you. He can run over you. He's hard to bring down. He can catch the football. He also can take it to the house. This is a physical type player. I really like this. Hard to bring down. he received Alabama's offer on March 4th and is committed to the University of Alabama. So it didn't take him too long after Bama wanted him that he decided he wants to come to Alabama. And another thing, too, he saw all these Bama players playing on Sunday in the NFL. He goes, you know what? They do a pretty good job producing receivers. I'm going to Alabama. So we're glad. Now, I hope, it's like Glenn always said, until they sign that name on that paper, things can change. Yeah. But right now, it feels pretty good. Now, Alabama's had 2 scrimmages so far. I'm telling you, last year's freshman class, I know Texas A&M got all the credit for having the greatest class ever in the history of college football. The one Alabama got last year, it was, I think, as good as anybody in the country. Because there's some freshmen up there that are tearing it up during spring football, early enrollees.
What about the safety? Caleb Downs.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
That guy, he's going to start. I promise he's going to start. That guy looks like a senior, a college senior.
Keep on going. You're doing my update.
Exactly.
I'm
doing the update. Yeah. I've seen videos on the guy. I've read all these reports.
He looks like a grown man now.
And listen, when you watch him, he already knows what he's doing. It's incredible, and everybody's talking about him.
Well, he's first team.
So
makes plays. This is what it said. He makes plays all over the field,
and he makes it look easy.
He can cover.
Yeah,
he can bring them down. He can tackle.
Now he's likely to make mistakes because he's a freshman playing, but
he's smart. They say
I know this guy.
They say he is the next elite DB at Bama. I agree. A true freshman.
Now, I loved Minkah Fitzpatrick. He was one of my favorite players to watch on defense.
Yep.
I think this is going to be my favorite coming up here. Is this guy.
My favorite running back might be Justin Hayes, 5-star. Saban bragged on him. I've never heard Nick brag on a freshman like he did this kid. This is just some of the thing. If you were just out there watching practice, you're sitting on a log out there, that's what he says, sitting on a log watching the practice, you'd have no idea this guy. You would say, there's no way this kid's a freshman. He's out of Buford, Georgia. And Alabama's got 2 monster running backs. They came from Lehigh, Richard Young. So they got these 4 and 5 star, 5-star running backs are incredible. But hey, he's only 5'11", 200 pounds. Just should be going to the prom. Okay, he's going to be a big old boy. He'll probably be 6 foot, 215 at least.
Yeah.
At least. But they say, same goes. He said he is the real deal. Great, doing a great job during practice, doing a great job. Nothing's too much. He can handle anything. In other words, he can pass protect. He can pick up blitz. He can catch the ball out of the hand backfield. He's got great hands. He runs great routes. He can run over you. He can run by you. He can run through you. And Saban said he makes really, really great cuts. Really smart. Nothing is really too big for him.
Wow.
You would never think he was a freshman. Very talented guy. He can cut. He's mobile. He makes people miss. He has power. He's good speed. Great receiver. So, I mean, this is Nick Saban talking about a high school
Say his
kid.
name again so we can hear it again.
Hayes. Justice Hayes.
Justice Hayes.
Yes.
He's going to bring justice, huh?
He's going to bring some justice to the Alabama Crimson. That's 2. That's one on the side. That's one on defense. There's one on offense. And they're talking about that the young kid, too. I mean, Richard Young can play. He can take it to the house. Alabama's got their backfield is loaded. I mean,
just
loaded.
You got to have everybody healthy. That's been some of the problems.
All right, he got into we talked about this a little while ago, and this is what Nick Saban said about Jalen Milroe and Ty Simpson. Both made some good plays. Both also made some plays that they both wish they could have back. He got that in there too, but he was pleased with it. He thought they're doing a great job. They're getting better. They're making improvement. The development's coming on. He said they got confidence in themselves, which is critical if you're going to be a quarterback. Now, Simpson, we all know, is the passer. I've heard some great things about him throwing the football up there. He's really good. But he can move better than people think. He can play. He can move. He can make plays with his feet. But the thing about it, Milroe, when you see him run, it's just night and day. But you don't have many people in the country can run like this kid.
No, and it just I wonder if who was it? Was it Sarkisian? One of them that put, or maybe I forget who the coordinators were that put both Tua and Hurts in the same on the line, in the game at the same time. I forget who did that.
I think they put that was wasn't Lane, was it? No, it was Stark.
I think it was Sarkeesian. Yeah, I think it was Sarkeesian that did it. And so anyway, it's you wonder. You wonder if that's part of this deal here. Could you imagine putting Milroe out as a wide receiver and having Tom Simpson throw to him?
I think they're going to rotate quarterback. I could be wrong. Why would you get rid of one or worry about one transfer and play them both?
Yeah.
Now he did say this. He's in the 2-minute drill, 2-minute offense drill, the period they go through. He said that they got to understand. Sometimes it's better instead of tucking the ball and running. Sometimes it's better just throw the ball away.
Right.
Short.
Yep.
When you run, the clock's running.
Right.
If you don't make a big play.
Yep.
Now, Milroe.
Buy yourself some time throwing it out of bounds.
Milroe, where he can run, it wouldn't bother me so much because that sucker can take it to the dang house. He might be the fastest guy on their team. But then they got to do a better job in the 2-minute drill, and they will. They're young. They will. Now, he did mention, it kind of surprised me he brought this up. He said, Milroe, I guess he's sending a message in about his decision-making. And the 3 interceptions and 31 passes last year. 31 passes, 3 interceptions. You look at Bryce Young, he threw the ball 245 times. And he only had, I think, 2 interceptions. So he's trying to get in the head. He's sending a message.
That's what Kirby does, too.
Don't force the ball in there. You're going to turn it over, you're going to be sitting on the sideline.
Yep.
And again, when he played against Texas A&M.
And you got somebody behind you that will sit you on the sideline.
I was at the game against Texas A&M. I think he fumbled the ball twice in that ball game. You could tell he was nervous. He couldn't get his reads in.
Yeah.
And he did not look like
he's got skill. He hopefully he can use it, and hopefully they add some wrinkles to keep defenses from knowing what he's going to do.
And Nick did say that they're really emphasizing both hands on the ball. When you get ready to make contract, they get ready to get on, you get your hands on the ball, protect that football. We cannot have turnovers. We can't have penalties. And I'm hearing better things about they're more disciplined. That's the key. Alabama's more disciplined. They weren't disciplined last year, and it cost them a chance to play for the national championship. All right, let's talk about some of our great people. Paparazzi Gourmet Deli on Baton Beach Road, 3 restaurants in one. The bakery is incredible. The pizza's the best you'll get anywhere. I won one yesterday. They were closed on Sunday. Doggone it. But get out there and try it. John's a retired police officer. The place is incredible, man. Wonderful crew that works down there. Paparazzi Gourmet Deli, #1. And again, remember, the best bakery, the best deli, and the best pizza you'll get. 3 restaurants, 1 location. You can't beat that. I tell you what, I'm gonna go ahead and talk about Michael. When you get our age, you start looking about insurance, who you're going to go with, what you're going to do, Medicare and all that kind of stuff. Michael's Dennison does a great job. Unbelievable. Michael's health insurance consultant does a great job. We're going to try to get him in here. If he's back in town, he travels a lot, but he's back in town. We'll try to get him on here Friday if we can, but we'll be talking more about that in the future, believe me. Also, don't forget about Turf Pro Pest Control. Any kind of problems, call Patrick and their team down there. They do a great job. Turf Pro Pest Control. We'll be right back. The wild man behind the glass, the Dr. Chad Mitchell, the legend, right here beside me. We'll talk some Auburn football when we get back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida, 102.1 Mariana, 101.9, and we're back on Facebook. If you want to watch us on Facebook, look at Chad. He looks a lot better than I do.
I got a face for radio.
You look good. You're handsome. We'll be right back.
104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Hey troops, Coach Manley from the Coach James Hale Morning Show. Now you can take me with you everywhere you go with the new app from ESPN Northwest Florida. We're going everywhere together. Tyndall Credit Union drive-through window. Hitting the links at the Sunny Hills Golf Course before. Sorry there, buddy, didn't mean to hit you that. Testing the margaritas at Los Angeles. That's my best job. And I can take you to the outhouse with me. Some fun, huh? Download the app at Apple Store and Google Play. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Monday weather forecast is calling for high pressure to build in, kicking that weather front out to the east of us. Partly to mostly sunny in the mid-70s today, northwest wind at 10. Mostly clear overnight around 55. Mostly sunny Tuesday and Wednesday. The temperatures in the upper 70s and low 80s each day. This weather forecast has been brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. For ESPN Northwest Florida, I'm meteorologist Tim Root.
If you spend any time at all in your yard, you're going to encounter fire ants.
We know they can ruin a party. That's why we're this area's experts at fire ant elimination.
As your certified top choice professional, we will rid your yard of these unwanted invaders. Brock Pest is so sure they'll get rid of fire ants that they offer a 1-year guarantee.
Enjoy your yard fire ant free. We guarantee it. Give us a call for your free consultation.
Brock Lawn and Pest Control, our family protecting yours since 1968.
Take your next adventure in an award-winning Kia from Bill Bird Kia. The SUV family has movement that inspires, and we invite you to test drive the new 2023 Kia Soul, Seltos, Sportage, Sorento, or Telluride. You can command the road in a sedan from Bill Bird Kia. Drive away today in a new 2023 Rio, Forte, K5, or Stinger, and discover the all-new Kia at Bill Bird Kia, 2435 East 15th Street, Panama City, or anytime at BillBirdKia.com. Peace of mind you can trust at your local community dealer, Bill Bird Kia.
ESPN Northwest Florida. The tradition continues.
Lots of force on this one. Hello, Chop House. A 2-run homer.
Now back to the Coach James Hale Show inside the J. Michaels studio.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Eagle! Hey, Martha Kenny, James Guadalajara, all you Auburn Tigers. And we got a bunch of them here in Northwest Florida. Love them Auburn Tigers. Auburn Update has been brought. Did I say? Yeah, Auburn Update has been brought to you by Bay Point Golf, and Alabama's by Stevens Air Conditioning. And Ryan Movey at Bay Point Golf does a great job, and we'll have him in here Friday. I listened to him. I got to listen to the guys all the way up to Crestview Friday when I was on the road early in the morning, and Ryan did a great job talking about the Masters. Really good. Poor old Tiger. I wish he could play forever. I wish he was healthy and can play forever. When he's playing, the whole world watches golf.
Well, and
he's like a magnet.
I know. Well, and everybody plays their best game too.
Yeah, it's just not. He's like when Bear Bryant got out of coaching. Well, it got better when Nick got there. I will say that. All right, Auburn Update. Let's talk about the Auburn Tigers. What do you think about this, man? Hugh Freeze, got to give him some credit, got to give him some love. Do you see where they're ranked right now in recruiting? See if you can find that.
Well, now, you look at a different source than I look at, but on 247 Sports, they have them ranked 21st.
Yeah, that's pretty good because this is early, guys. It's still early. A lot of things can change.
4 stars.
Well, they just got, that's old news. They just got a commitment. Alabama loses a tight end. This kid decommits from the Alabama Crimson Tide. Martavius Collins has committed to the Auburn Tigers. A Georgia native commits to Auburn on Friday. He's the 28th best tight end in the nation. He committed to Alabama on July 20th, 2022. Wow. Chad, what the heck is going on? He decommits from the Crimson Tide of Alabama on February 6th. And now he is committed to the Auburn Tigers. War damn Eagle. Hey, good job. Got to give them credit, man. Yeah. They're doing a good job recruiting. They got a good staff. I think everybody's waiting. We'll know more about all these college teams at the end of May, okay? Texas, everybody's looking at all these different quarterback battles that are going on throughout the country.
Transfer portal opens up for what, 2 weeks, I think?
Yes.
It's May, right?
May 15th, I believe.
Is when it opens up for 2 weeks? Yeah.
So looking forward to that. And I'll talk more about, if we have time, I'll talk more about quarterback because Stark came out and decided who's going to be the starting quarterback, and it's not Manning. But I don't think Manning will transfer out. But I'm looking forward to see what quarterbacks enter and what Auburn does. If I'm a betting man, which I bet, but not money, I think Auburn's going to, I know Auburn's going to get.
You think Auburn's going to get Manning in the transfer portal?
No. I'm saying Auburn.
I was wondering where you were leading with that.
No. I say Auburn's going to get a quarterback, and I think they're going to lose T.J. Finley, which I don't think is a great loss. He's got a great body, but very inconsistent player.
Yeah.
I think they got to go get a great passing quarterback.
Are there going to be any in the portal?
Oh, yeah. Good God, yes. You wait. That's what I'm trying to tell you. There's so many competitions for quarterbacks out there. Everybody's looking for a quarterback. Ohio State's in a battle.
I know, but like Auburn got Texas A&M's.
The backups are not going to stay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look what did Oklahoma get? Well, what did they get from Alabama when Jalen Hurts transferred? They got a guy that
Yeah. That's why Saban's going to start the two quarterbacks to try to keep that from happening.
You got Florida. All of the country got all these quarterback battles, and there are going to be some good guys that can play. They're going to transfer out. I think Auburn's got to get one. I really do. Now, I'm going to switch gears. I had this thing I was going to do all this research and do it, and I decided not to. But anyway, let me get back to this. Auburn did lose. They just picked up a commitment. They just lost a player. Dawson, I don't know what a big loss. Dawson Jr. Enters the transfer portal. He's 5'10", 159. Opened last year's season at Auburn starting slot wide receiver. He started the first 2 games and played in 4 games before falling out of the rotation at wide receiver. He was going to transfer in October. He decides to come back and stay. Now he's going to go again. He's out. He's going to withdraw. He's going to go into he's out of here. He was a former 4-star wide receiver out of the great state of Florida. 2 catches for 30 yards when he's been at Auburn. That was last season.
He probably dropped the ball, and that's why he didn't stay in the rotation. They had a lot of drop balls last year.
I watched him in the spring game, and he caught. Well, I saw the highlight. He caught a nice pass for 39 yards. The biggest play in the spring game, 39 yards from Robbie Ashford. He caught it right that little seam route. Did a good job. Got good hands. Had a good spring. What they said, and he's out. Don't want to be there.
Wow.
Where are they thin at? Quarterback and receiver.
Yep.
So he's saying, maybe he's thinking, you know what? I need to go where they'll throw me the ball. How many receivers you see are 5'10", 159?
Maybe Devontae Smith.
Maybe he was 6'1". He was 6'1". Maybe he's thinking, you know what? I might
I'll go play for TCU.
I'm thinking just the opposite. I believe the kid's going to go play a smaller school.
UCF? Is he going to go to? You think Gus Malzahn will get him?
No, I'm saying I didn't say a fake school. I said a smaller school.
Here we go.
No, I don't know. But anyway, I don't know if it's a big loss.
It's a Florida school.
There you go.
UCF.
All right. I'm going to ask you a question. See how bright you are.
Oh, here we go.
Best born. Here's the word, born. The best football players born in the great state of Alabama. Who would you pick number 1?
Man.
Who is the best football player?
Well, Joe Namath was not born in Alabama. So that
I'm trying to think. Was Don Hudson born in Alabama? I don't know if he was born in Alabama, but he's probably the best player to ever. People don't even know who he is. This guy set all kind of records.
Was Cornelius Bennett? Was he born in Bama?
I think he was. Yeah, he's from.
He's one of the good players.
He was from both. The best player born in the state of Alabama to me. It's hard to pick one.
Bo Jackson.
That's who I was thinking. All right. Maybe not the best.
I was trying to think of Alabama players. He's thinking
of Auburn update, okay? But listen, if he's not the best player, he's definitely the best athlete.
He is the best athlete.
Yeah.
There's no question. And listen, got a great attitude. What a great individual.
And where's he from?
I have
what city?
Bessemer,
Alabama.
And I have nothing but good things to say
Track,
about Bo Jackson.
Baseball, football.
Yes. The guy's incredible. Yeah. He's still, a legend there at Auburn after the fact. I mean, he's at all those Auburn football games. He supports the university and the programs. He was there giving a speech for Charles Barkley's statue that was unveiled. I don't know if you saw his shirt when he was talking. Anyway, he's talking about Charles Barkley and about this statue. And it got hot, and he took his sweater off, and his shirt said, as he kept talking about, good things about Charles Barkley, his shirt said, Charles Barkley's statue will always be smaller than mine. You gotta love a guy like that.
Did it really? I love it.
Absolutely, it did. You gotta love a guy like that. I mean, he's buddies with Charles Barkley. He's giving this great speech and laying it on thick.
I heard him one time saying, Charles thinks he's the best athlete ever played on Auburn. But everybody knows.
No, it's just between those two. It's
they
funny.
came up with. If we have time later, or maybe in a couple days down the road. They came up with the first team, second team, top players born in the state of Alabama. Bo Jackson definitely was the running back.
Oh, absolutely.
Second team running back, another great player, great coach too, Cadillac Williams out of Gaston, Alabama.
Yes,
and don't forget about Joe Cribbs too from Silicaca.
Cribbs. I remember Cribbs.
Yeah.
Yep. I watched some games.
Auburn has had some great running backs come through there. We'll get time. We'll get more into that. But let's take this phone call. Good morning.
Good morning, Coach. How y'all doing this morning? Morning, Doc.
I feel better that you have called. I wonder where you've been.
I've been listening every day. It's just I can't get called in every day.
Okay.
I get tired of hearing it. I was trying to call in quicker and say Bo Jackson, but y'all finally figured it out.
Well, Chad, I don't know where he was going with this. We're talking about Auburn, and he's naming every Alabama player. It shows you that he hates the Auburn Tigers. His wife's an Auburn girl, by the way.
There's no hate except on one day. One day a year.
He's got to get some kudos also for putting up with Charles.
Hey, let me ask you this. Let me ask you, because you're a highly intelligent guy, and I know you know this name. Ozzie Newsome.
People might argue about that.
Ozzie Newsome might have been the best athlete
that guy
to come
was
out
a
of the
great
state of
athlete.
Alabama.
Yeah.
And another one people forget about. If Julio Jones is in the top three, I don't care who you go. Julio Jones was unbelievable.
Yeah. Now, where's he from?
He's down South Alabama.
Like Mobile or something?
Where's Kenny Stabler from?
Daphne, Fairhope.
Somewhere there. He was from the same place from Kenny Stabler.
I don't remember where Stabler was from.
Also, Hank Aaron was a great athlete.
Oh, Hank Aaron's from Mobile. Yes.
And he's from Mobile.
Yeah. But we're talking football. We're talking football.
Right. And you said athletes. You didn't say who was the best football player.
That's right. He's from Foley, Alabama. Julio Jones is from Foley.
Foley, yeah. Foley, Alabama. Best born in the state of Alabama.
That's close to Pensacola, so you could almost count him for Florida.
No. We can almost count them Pensacola. Hey, are you kidding me? But you realize you're in Alabama. We used to own this part of the country, and we sold it to the state of Florida. Yeah. You know about that?
That's why they call it L.A., Lower Alabama.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, that's how smart we are. We don't want that sand down there. We can't grow
it's
any
the other
cotton
way
or peanuts or anything.
It's Florida was going to sell it to Alabama.
No, that's fake news. That's China. That's a China update.
Hey, listen.
I think there was a time where that Florida was trying to sell it.
Exactly. Listen, so Rob, I gotta inform the coach here. He doesn't understand that my Mitchell family was here in the Panhandle when Florida became a state. Buddy.
I'm a history major.
We were Florida pioneers. I can tell you, it was Florida before it was Bama.
Rob, I'm a history expert. Back in 1702, we owned the Panhandle of Florida. We gave it away.
Actually, the Spanish owned it.
Well, we owned
my great grandmother and grandfather moved to Lynn Haven in 1912 when it was still Washington County.
Wow!
So
unbelievable.
We've been here a day or two as well. So,
hey,
anyway,
I got if I get a chance, I got to talk about my boy Mark Ivy. I just saw something Randy sent me. Rob, what do you think, man? Anybody would you put over Bo or Julio or Ozzie Newsome from the great state of Alabama in football?
The 30 for 30, or one of the best games they had last week was when Oakland played Seattle.
Yeah.
And I have to always watch that because I just like seeing him putting his helmet right between the numbers of Bosworth and driving him 10 yards deep into the end zone.
That was ugly.
Yeah, that was, because Brian was Mr. Everything at that time,
Yeah.
And so.
Overrated. Hey, listen, there's another time on a highlight film I saw Bo Jackson. Well, Deion Sanders didn't want no part of him. He didn't want no part. FSU was playing, I think, at Auburn. And he didn't want to touch Bo.
Nope.
My eyes got big, boy.
Deion wouldn't tackle the kicker.
No,
right.
He's a great cover guy.
He wasn't going to get hurt.
Cover guy.
No, Deion was not. His forte was not tackling.
Yeah, you're right. You're exactly right. Hey, Rob, we got to take a break, brother. You want to hang on? You got to go.
I'm going to run on. Y'all have a good one.
You too, Rob. Thank you, buddy.
Okay.
All right, I love all our sponsors. Love every single one of you guys. Appreciate everything you do for us here on ESPN Northwest Florida. David down at El Rodeo Tequila Bar and Grill. Get down there and have a great time. Lunch specials every single day. Happy hour. 3 to 7. And don't forget on Thursday night, karaoke. You can have a great time out there. El Rodeo Tequila Bar and Grill. J. Michael's Restaurant on Thomas Drive. Legendary place. Saw J. Michael yesterday. The best seafood, the coldest beer. Go try their smoked pork chops. Are unbelievable. Their steaks there are unbelievable. Go try. Everything's great at J. Michael's Restaurant. Tell you what, Chad. He took care of those wounded warriors, man. That J. Michael's a wonderful man. I love that guy. He is a great man. J. Michael's Restaurant. Also, don't forget about South Oak Title and Closing. Chuck Tucker does a great job. Family's outstanding. All the big-time realtors use him. South Oak Title and Closing. We'll be right back, Wild Man. You listen to the legendary station that cares about you, ESPN Northwest Florida.
It's here. The 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida app version 2.0. Now featuring ultra high fidelity. You'll feel like you're in the game. Plus more opportunities to win weekly prizes from local businesses when you click it to win it. Download the 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida app today at Google Play or the Apple Store.
Living on the Gulf Coast, we have beautiful beaches, clear water, and amazing marine life. Want to bring a piece of the ocean into your home or office with an amazing aquarium? Gulf Coast Aquarium, the area's only certified platinum CCHEM dealer. Their staff are all certified CCHEM specialists. Gulf Coast Aquarium can install, design, maintain, and finance your own piece of the Gulf. Gulf Coast Aquarium, powered by CCHEM, with over 40 years as a U.S.-based manufacturer of quality aquarium products. Online at GulfCoastAquarium.com. Gulf Coast Aquarium, where it's more than just a tank.
Hi, this is Matt Lewis with Reliable Hydraulic Solutions. We offer comprehensive diagnostics and repair service for all types of hydraulic units, such as hydraulic and pneumatic cylinders, hydraulic pumps, motors, and valves, as well as a broad range of hydraulic hoses and O-rings. Give us a call at Reliable Hydraulic Solutions at 850-326-3000 for any of your hydraulic needs. Or come see us on Commercial Drive off Jinx Avenue in Panama City.
PCB Hobby, the beach's premier hobby store for sports cards, comics, coins, and trading card games. PCB Hobby carries the largest selection of boxes and packs from the latest releases of brands like Topps, Panini, Leaf, and more. Looking for a specific player or team? PCB Hobby has a wide assortment of raw and graded cards. They carry parallel rookie, game used, and autographed cards in both modern and vintage. Have a collection you want to sell? We buy, sell, and trade. PCB Hobby on Back Beach Road, just east of Florida Linen. Call 850-320-8388.
You don't know what his problem is. But it's probably hard to pronounce and untreatable.
That don't feel so good.
The Coach James Hale Show is live and local from the J. Michael Studio, ESPN Northwest Florida.
And welcome back to 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. I want to appreciate and mention Michigan Eddie. Thank you so much for that beautiful picture. He is out driving around to all of our sponsors and sending me pictures of the restaurants. El Rodeo Tequila Bar and Grill. Thank you so much, Michigan Eddie. That was a beautiful picture of a beautiful place. Wonderful people work there and great food, great entertainment. All right, Chad, let's talk about our Gators, Florida Gators. Baseball is outstanding, no doubt about that.
Number 3.
Yeah, let's go. Let's get about the Florida Gators.
So the baseball team is 30-7. They're 11-4 in the SEC. This past weekend, they lost the first game to Georgia, 13-11, and then they won 2-1 and 11-6, taking 2 of the 3 against the Georgia Bulldogs. So the number 3 baseball team's doing well. They're rocking on. Number 15 softball. 31-11, 8-7 in the ACC. They beat Georgia twice as well, 2 out of the 3, winning 13-4, then 8-7, and then lost 8-2 this Sunday. So took 2 out of the 3 against Georgia. Georgia's number 12 in softball. Florida is number 15. So good sign there. Moving on to spring football at Florida, and I tried to get as much as I could get about it But I think the consensus is that Florida needs to go to the transfer portal and get a quarterback. That seems to be the consensus of like everyone.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Disappointed people.
Right. They're very disappointed. I listened to one guy who thought, well, the offensive line didn't block very well. There were some sacks. The defense is playing really well, but just overall, they want to see an offense that can take care of the defense. That no matter what the defense is throwing at them, they can handle it. And apparently, the quarterbacks weren't able to do that very well. So that seems to be a consensus.
Let me ask you this about Florida. They're like, I've said on the show several times, they're a lot like Alabama, Auburn fans. You got to win at Florida.
You got to win.
Spurrier spoiled them.
Yep.
Urban Meyer, you got to win. You should win at Florida. You should.
Yeah.
Billy Napier, as far as not on really facing the most pressure, they came up with an article, and I will go on this a lot tomorrow, but I do want to hit the number 2 guy. Of the top 5 coaches under the most pressure in this year, 2023 college football season out of the SEC, is Billy Napier.
He's up there. He's got to be up there.
I'm be honest with you, man. I think he's a great coach. I think he's going to do a good job. They give him time, but he needs to win some football games, and he knows he needs quarterbacks. And you're at Florida. How can Florida not have a quarterback? The great state of Florida. How can the Florida Gators not have a quarterback?
It's true. They're doing great in recruiting. They're in the top 10 in recruiting, depending on who you look at.
If they give him time, I
think he'd be fine with time. But you're right. I mean, I think they were all hoping that the quarterbacks that they had would be sufficient to, get them going here. But apparently that's not the case. And he's the head coach. He's going to have to do something about it. He's going to have to fix the problem. And I think he's a very good coach.
Another problem is they got the 6th hardest schedule in the country.
Right. Yep. He's got an uphill battle. So he's going to have to try to find a quarterback in the transfer portal. And there's going to be some other teams looking as well. Out of curiosity, who has the most pressure? Let me guess. Is it Cristobal?
You have to listen tomorrow for that.
I think Cristobal's probably going to be under the most pressure.
You have to listen tomorrow.
They're recruiting horrible.
I don't think I'm going to give it to you today.
Okay, so we're not going to have a Miami update, huh?
No. See, you weren't listening. You and Rob don't listen. It was the SEC. It's 5 toughest. The 5 coaches under the most pressure in the SEC.
Oh, in the SEC.
But they do. Miami does play this team that's on there.
Well, Jimbo Fisher's got to be the other one.
You're right. Number 1.
And you know what? If anybody deserves it, it's him.
Number 1 is Jimbo Fisher. No doubt.
He needs to,
I want to get back to
rise
Florida.
up. Yeah.
When I watched them play the last 3 games and watched them, they looked pathetic in the bowl game. People, the Gator fans, are not happy. That's what I'm saying. I think he's got to win. I think the number to keep his job is 8 wins. I think they've got to win 8, and that's going to be tough.
They got to show some improvement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mark McCloud tells all the time.
I mean, we were saying the same thing about FSU a couple of years ago, right? Yeah. And look where they are. I mean, he's going to have to get it done. And you know what? He's got, other good teams in the state that, they're competing for that same talent. So he's going to have to rise up. But right now they're doing really well. They're really very comparable to Florida State in their recruiting. I mean, even though Florida State's ranked ahead of them, really, I mean, they've both got 6 talented commits each. So I think they're doing what they need to do from a recruiting standpoint.
Well, let's talk about the spring game. Orange won't beat the Blue. I think it was 10-7. But let's go to Florida. That's what everybody's upset about, how bad they looked on offense. Like you're talking about the quarterback. The offensive line looked bad. The quarterback play wasn't very good. Spring football game, first quarter. This is like what happened in the first quarter. First drive in the first quarter, rotating quarterbacks. On the first drive, the offense stalled quickly after a pair of sacks. They couldn't protect the quarterback.
Right.
Second drive ends as Gators fail to convert on a 4th down. Sack. Another sack. Third drive, no first downs. Fourth drive ends after a fumble snap on 4th down. Not only do you go for it on 4th down, if you don't get it, you fumble the football on the snap. That's that's not a good thing.
Well, and why are they going for it on 4th down in the spring game?
I have no idea.
Right? I mean, to me, that shows a little bit of desperation on the offensive side, too, trying to make something positive happen that, there's been a lot of negative and you get to 4th down.
Well, I will say this, after playing at college, going through spring football and coaching there, it's not a big deal. Spring games don't matter.
Yeah.
You can look terrible in the spring, and you might have players hurt.
Yeah. Right.
You got to run a clock. You can't really. It's just a glorified scrimmage is all this is. Florida will be better, and I'm with you. Do they go get a quarterback? They better go find some offensive linemen in that portal.
Yeah.
But do they go also and get a quarterback? If they can, they get something better, they will.
And the pressure's going to be on those players that didn't perform very well, and they're going to see all this media that's out there about this as well.
The good thing about that, I was talking to Mark McLeod. He sent me some stuff on that. He was at the game, and they had a lot of good recruits there. They had a lot of guys that showed up on a Thursday night, meaning they're going to miss school Friday, heading back to wherever they're from, because they had some guys from out of state there too. So recruiting, as you pointed out, is going well and will continue to do better. The guy can recruit.
Well, they can see that they might be able to come in as a freshman and start playing immediately.
And you forget, too, people forget they got that $100 million, almost $100 million standalone football facility, only one in the state of Florida, which helps in recruiting. They got pretty good NIL money also at Florida.
Sure.
The thing about now, FSU is back. How long is it going to take Florida to get back? Are we talking 2 years from now?
Well, with the recruiting like they're doing, they're recruiting on par with FSU. So, it shouldn't take them too long, as long as they've got good coaching to.
All right, let's talk about some of our great sponsors. Chad, Eric, tell everybody what's the best way. If, we get hurt, break an arm, break a hip, tear a knee up, our golf string's just not right. How do we get up with you? Need to borrow money? How do we get up to you?
Call Orthopedic Associates at 850-785-4344. You can also go to chadmitchellmd.com. And also, for those of you that have arthritic knees and you're looking for, looking into how robotic knee replacements can be done, go to robotmd.com.
And if you're looking a great place to have a great meal and an atmosphere second to none, you want to go to Rudy's Barbecue on Bat Beach Road. You go through there, wonderful people work there. They greet you with a smile on their face. And before you even get to make your order, they got all the desserts you could ever want right there in front of you. Bags of chips, you name it, it's right there. And then you place your order. Now, do I want the best barbecue you can get anywhere in the state? Or do I want the best turkey you'll ever have? Turkey. If you're worried about your diet, get the turkey plate. If you don't care, you can have that white bread. It tastes really good. But I try to stay away from white bread. But the food is incredible there, man. The turkey plate is unbelievable. You name it, they got it. I tell you, I like their sauces too. They got the hot one and the normal. Really good stuff down there. They got TVs everywhere. 355 seats or something like that. It's a huge place. The back room, you have banquets, you can have a pregame meal there. Get down to Rudy's Barbecue, have a great time. Ethan Boyd, he won't be with us tomorrow. He's gonna be out doing some other things. He can't be with us tomorrow. But get down to Rudy's Barbecue. It's right there in the Pier Park, right past, not too far. If you're heading out toward Pier Park, it's past Alf Coleman. It looks off to your left. Keep on going. Look to your left. You'll see a huge Rudy sign right there. It's really good. It's really good to watch Chad have to wipe that sauce off his mouth. That's some good food at Rudy's Barbecue, no doubt about that. Oh, we'll be right back for God, can you believe it already went by? We're on our last segment. Man, unbelievable. We'll be right back. Big with John's Behind the Glass. You listen to 104.3 Panama City, 102.1 Mariana, and 101.9 Port St. Joe. Be right back with Chad Mitchell.
ESPN, Northwest Florida.
The tradition continues.
That ball is going to be out of here.
The Atlanta Braves play here.
Bombs away.
The Atlanta Braves are back and making a statement.
Head first slide, 2 RBI triple.
Listen to Atlanta Braves baseball in a rich audio experience live on ESPN Northwest Florida.
Here comes the thunder. Wagner.
Sponsored by Best Way Portable Buildings, Dave and Buster's, PCB Hobby, and Gulf Coast Aquarium.
Monday weather forecast is calling for high pressure to build in, kicking that weather front out to the east of us. Partly to mostly sunny in the mid-70s today, northwest wind at 10. Mostly clear overnight around 55. Mostly sunny Tuesday and Wednesday. The temperatures in the upper 70s and low 80s each day. This weather forecast has been brought to you by Mid-South Lumber, the best little lumber yard in Panama City. For ESPN Northwest Florida, I'm meteorologist Tim Root.
Golf Plus is your premier golf shop on the Gulf Coast. Not a big box or a chain store, but a local store with golf experts to serve you. An amazing array of demo and fitting products, plus a professional repair shop that can handle anything from a basic re-grip to a full set of re-shafts and everything in between. Golf Plus has locations in Dothan and Panama City Beach to serve you. Come see them today for all your golf needs. Located next to Firefly at the shops at Edgewater. Call 850-249-2726.
Are you ready for Panama City's best pizza? Then check out the new Guru's Pizza 786. They don't do just the best pizza. They also serve wings, traditional and boneless, pasta, calzone, salads, sandwiches, and more. Guru's Pizza 786 has 50 plus Indian and Italian pizza varieties. They're open Monday through Thursday, 11 a.m. until midnight, and Friday, Saturday, Sunday from 11 a.m. until 3 a.m. Takeout and delivery are available. Guru's Pizza 786, 7806 Front Beach Road. Call 850-588-5055.
Reach out, call him and just say hi.
Give him a call. Phone lines are open. 850-215-6290. The Coach James Hale Show is taking your calls live and local. From the J. Michael Studio, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
And welcome back. Chad Mitchell's with us today. Big John behind the glass there doing a great job, like always, the Wildcat himself. During the Auburn update, I didn't have an opportunity to finish up. Auburn baseball, this surprised me quite a bit because I thought Auburn's baseball program would take care of business on the road. I don't know, it was you or someone, maybe Jerry Prison we were talking about. We thought Bama would go down. It didn't happen. Auburn on Friday did beat Alabama Crimson Tide at Tuscaloosa, 8-4. But Saturday and Sunday, it was Bama. On Saturday, Bama beats Auburn 4-2. And then Sunday, Bama does it again. They beat the Auburn Tigers 6-1. I can't believe that Auburn wins the series. They win 2 out of 3. Auburn baseball.
Auburn won, or I thought you said Alabama.
Alabama won.
Okay.
Yeah. The surprise is we picked Auburn to win it. That Auburn did not get it done. That surprised me. Maybe we were talking about this could be a big momentum for both programs. Whoever wins this tournament, this series, it could turn this season around for both of them. So maybe it did. Auburn's baseball now is 5-10 in the SEC. Overall record, Auburn's 20-15-1. At home, they're 15-6-1. On the road, 3-9. And I want to give another shout out to my son. Happy birthday to Jared Hale, 36 years old today. Love my boy. And now let's take this phone call. Good morning.
Go Blue Truck Series representative back to know. What's up, Coach and Doc?
What's up, Michigan Eddie? How you doing,
it's the
brother?
people's caller.
The people's call. This is America. This is the true American. Not many of us left. How you doing, brother?
I'm tired. Been driving all over the state of Alabama this weekend. Let's talk about a real baseball team. Emerald Coast Sparrows 12U picked up some hardware a third term in a row. They didn't win the championship, but they came in second place up in Wetumpka, up in your neck of the woods.
Wetumpka, yes, sir.
I know where that is.
Yeah, God's country.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's beautiful up there. And then we were supposed to go see the Biscuits play ball, but God had other plans by drenching Montgomery with some water this weekend.
Wait a minute, time out. What day were you going to go see the Biscuits play in Montgomery? What day?
We were going to go Saturday on Jackie Robinson Day.
Did they have bad weather? Didn't they have bad weather Saturday?
No, they did. We were at the ball field trying to wait it out, and then they canceled it. But they did have the fireworks. Kids got autographs and all that, and I had a hot dog at the ballpark. Those all good.
Yeah, I was just trying to give you the proper way to give that information. We were going to go to the game, but the weather, you should say that before I had to pull it out of you.
Well,
just say it. Just say it. It's just for future. For the future, you'll understand that. This is radio talk.
Yeah, just radio talk, Coach. That's all it is.
Were you safe in Montgomery? Is everything good?
Yeah, I mean, we're going back up there because they're going to rain check our tickets.
Oh,
so
good.
I think we're going to go up there on our way to take Eddie up to his quarterback duel, and they're going to play Biloxi.
Oh,
and we're
okay.
going to go up there and stay downtown again. We stayed downtown to walk to and from the field. It was busy in Montgomery last weekend.
How did you like the stadium? Did you like? I think the stadium's nice.
Coach and Doc and Smitty, it is awesome. In left field, you can. It's like Brewster's Millions of 2023. Got a train going in the outfield, a live train.
I always knew you were in left field.
Dad. Oh, that's so fun. Why do I call you guys? Why?
We love you, man. We love you. And
asking for punishment.
I love it because you are a great American.
You dish it out, too.
Yeah, I do. Not you, Doc, but your counterpart to your right.
Hey, are you going to go up to Tuscaloosa Saturday and watch Alabama spring game? It's free. Huh? He must have wrecked.
Crickets.
Did you wreck the vehicle as I spoke? He's ran off the road. Is he still up in Alabama now? They'll give you a ticket.
Maybe something happened to his phone. I don't hear him. Usually he's not silent.
I hope he's okay. Goodness gracious. I could hear something about like a thump or something. I hope he's okay. That's scary. No, really, the facility there in Montgomery, Chad, I don't know if you've ever been there. They built it downtown, the baseball facility, and try to bring downtown Montgomery back. Did a good job. It's beautiful there. People enjoy going and watching the games there. I've been to the one in Biloxi, too.
Now, are they really called the Biscuits?
Yeah, Montgomery Biscuits.
That's funny.
You know, Biloxi has their baseball stadium right in front of Beau Rivage or near Beau Rivage.
Oh, wow,
right
yeah.
there. Have you ever seen it?
I have not.
That's nice. The one in Montgomery's a lot nicer, though. Really is something special. I think you and your wife should go up there. We should go to Montgomery and have a good time doing that. Chad?
Okay.
You hear what I said.
I'm watching Smitty. I'm watching to see if Eddie comes back.
We don't need Eddie back. Good God. Anyway, tomorrow we got a great show lined up for you. Jim Moran will be with us tomorrow. I hope. Hey, you busy? I might need you another day this week. We got him back? All right. Well, you okay, Michigan Eddie?
Yeah, I'm fine.
What happened?
I'm fine. I don't know. It's your equipment, not me. Not mine. I'm all
it
good.
was Smitty. It was
Smitty cut him off.
Smitty. Yeah.
Before he must have been saying something about Michigan.
Hey, have you been to the Biloxi Stadium across from the Beau Rivage? Have you been there?
No, I've never been there. I've been to the Fireflies in Columbia, South Carolina, the Pelicans in Myrtle Beach, and then now the Biscuits.
Yeah, the Biscuit Stadium is really nice. I think it's one of the better ones.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I mean, it's nice, and you're right. They're bringing back Montgomery and all that, and it's good.
Yeah, I like those pictures of me downtown Montgomery. I like those. You see that one beside me and George Wallace?
Oh yeah, they're peppered all over the place downtown.
Got to do something to control the rats.
Yeah. If you get a chance, Michigan Eddie, if you ever get an opportunity, if you have time, go by and look at Sidney Lanier High School. It's down from the governor's mansion. It's still beautiful. It's a very old facility. I think it was built in 1920, 1925. And a beautiful place. They've closed it down. It's pretty old, but it's just the way it's designed is absolutely gorgeous. It's beautiful. 3-story, big high school. I miss
Is that where you went?
You hear me?
Yeah, is that where you went?
Yeah. I went to Lanier. Yeah.
Well, they're beautiful architecture. We were noticing churches downtown. Beautiful. Yeah. Beautiful buildings. The train station, Union Station, beautiful. I mean, I was stationed at Minnesota a couple times. It was cool.
Yeah.
I never went to town, and it's nice.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. It's really nice. Hey, where did you grow up? Where's your hometown where you grew up at?
St. Clair Shores, just north of Detroit.
Was that a bigger city or a smaller one?
Smaller. It was a suburb of Detroit. Back then, it was about 80,000, 90,000 people.
Wow. Okay.
That's like a town.
Yeah. That explains. I'll tell you off there. It explains a lot.
But it's a suburb of a Detroit metropolitan area.
Yeah.
We had 3 high schools in the city, and it was big. I mean, you had houses right next to each other and stuff. So that's where I grew up.
Well, Michigan, I hate to do it. We got to go. We're off the air. Call us tomorrow, man. I miss you. Call us tomorrow. Come by and see us. We'd love to see you. Hey, 75,000 people were at the Buckeye Stadium in Columbus for their spring game. They love football. I got to give them credit. I do. I got to take my hats off.
Ask me if I care.
That was mean. All right, Michigan. All right, Chad, real quick, what's the best way to get up with you?
Call Orthopedic Associates at 850-785-4344. You can also go to chadmitchellmd.com.
And we got some new surgeries we're trying out. What's this robot deal?
Go to robotmd.com.
Yeah.
See what's going on.
Pretty cool place, man. It's really neat. What? Stretch it out? Okay. Is it really neat or just pretty neat? How neat is it?
Well, we're going to be exploring robotic knee surgery or total knee surgery. We'll also get into probably some total hip stuff, and eventually we're going to talk about other surgeries like general surgery, gynecology, urology, and how robots enter the field of medicine from those standpoints. So anyway, I know you may be needing those other
I'm gonna
things.
need a lot more of those. Now listen, with those robots, seriously, does it? I don't know. Do you recover quickly from having surgery by them or by?
That's the goal of these robotic systems, is to help people recover faster, and we're going to explore that on that website, month to month. So.
All right, Chad, real quick, how do we get up? We got 10 seconds.
Call Orthopedic Associates, 850-785-4344.
There dogs this afternoon. Dave's got a great show like always. Keep it right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. We are out.
Your attention, please. ESPN Northwest Florida reminds you it's the law. It's the law. When there's a double red flag.